I'm Dan Galusha and welcome to another edition of Shoot and Plink. We're going to be doing two things today. One is we're going to be talking about this new spotting scope that I received from a friend as a thank you for helping sight in his rifle. We'll talk about the different features on it and the things that we got. It's a rugged geared one. It comes out of Harbor Freight. So yeah, we're going to take a look, talk about it some. But we're also, right back here, this is the Umarex lever action Cowboy air gun. It's a BB gun. Why am I going to select that to shoot with this? Well, a couple of reasons. One is the CO2 cartridges have been in there for over a month now. We're going to see just how they have held their pressure. And then we're also going to see how this will pick up as far as the BB, because that shoots BBs and you can't get much smaller than that. We're going to be shooting at a Pepsi can that I have filled with water, so it's going to stay put. We're going to be able to see what it will do. Well, hopefully there's enough CO2 to reach that range, but we can still see with the scope other things down here, and that's what we're going to talk about right now, are the features on the scope. One is right here. I wish there was a bigger wheel right in here to tighten this top to there. There is a rubber pad between here. In fact, I'm going to take this off and show you everything that way. And you can see, unscrewing it, it is a bit of a problem there. And we're going to have to get that back on. And I'm still in, there we go, okay. Both sides have got, and this is loose because I have, and while I'm doing it, I might as well show you. This right here is a ring, so that you can position this so that you can have your scope in one spot and whatever, and you know it'll rotate so that you can do all your gadgets this way. In other words, if you want to look at it this way, you can. If you want it over here, you can do it that way, however you want to do it. And anyhow, that's how that's set up. But I was going to show you this rubber pad right down here. This has got the same sort of a pad on this, as you can see. I wish it really had a locking type of a deal, such as I have on the tripod and the camera. But in a way, this is also good because I can have a flat type of a receiver on a regular tripod, such as the one on the camera, if I want to have it out in a different distance and not on a table. If I don't have a table, I can put it that way. And if I want something taller, I can have it, because this is all the more height you're going to get on that, which is great for a table like that. This is a bit of a problem. Once you got the scope on it, you tighten it down, but see how this swivels? It keeps swiveling. The only way I can figure to tighten that is to get inside of here, and because there's a screw there, and maybe tighten that down. That's about it on that. Eye relief is pretty tough on this. You've really got to get, in fact, I can't do it with glasses on. There's no way. You have to get your eye right down in here and get your eye around just right to see it. And so it makes it kind of tough that way. In fact, right now there, I got to move my head just right in order to get the actual view. If I look at it back here, I can't see a blasted thing. So you have to get right down on it like this and put your eye right into it in order to see. If you really stick your eye in like this, that's probably the best way, but boy, you better get it right, because if you don't, you're not going to see. So we're going to set this up, and then we're going to shoot down here and see. Right now I've been looking at that Pepsi can. I can read Pepsi on it very, very easily. And that's set between 40 and 60. By the way, this is a 20, 40, and 60, which is good. I mean, at 60, I have to bank it off to 20 in order to see where I'm wanting to set it up for the target. So it's good that way. So we'll get this around here, put this back on here, and then I'll be back. Okay, I got it put back together, and I put this straight up. So what I do is I've got a block right here that I can stand on and then look down into it like this. As I said, if I want to see the whole can, I really got to get my eye down in there. And you definitely cannot use glasses, because you put these on and it's like, okay, it's there somewhere, and you got a dot about this big that you're looking at. You can't get your eye down there. You can see maybe the middle of the target. That's about it with the glasses. So can't use glasses. Another thing that I want to tell you too is if you get one of these, this right here, this is what tightens it from going this way. Well, aim it a little low on what you want to see, tighten it, because it's going to come back up. Does it every time. So it's definitely something that is with this particular scope. Now, we're going to shoot down there. I'm going to see what it is. I'm going to try to zoom you in on this so you can see, and you can see how I will see it through this scope. And let me get you around there, and let's hope the gun fires. You know, I'm not even sure on that, because as I said, that CO2 has been in there for over a month. So I'll get you around here and get you sighted in on this can that we're going to shoot. Now, you definitely cannot see the can as well as I can in the scope. I have got it set to, what have I got it set to? I got it set to 40, I believe, maybe 60. I don't know. I've got it pretty good here. I think it's on 60, just about. No, it's between 40 and 60. So don't really need it on 60 right now, because I can see that can and read pretty much everything if I use the little focus knob, which I'll show you in a second on that. We're going to get around in here on this Umarex. Okay, there's the first one. And let's see if there's still some CO2 in this thing. It's going to be interesting to see. Well, it hit the can. That I did here, but I don't think it did anything. Now let me get my glasses off. I can't really see in the scope where, and then this is where I'm going to turn it up to 60. And I'm sure I'm going to knock the thing off. I did, somewhat. I don't know, it's not clear enough. Gotta redo my focus. Here we go, got it focused in. I don't really see where it hit the can. I know it did, but it probably didn't make enough of a dent. So that's one thing I can see in the scope, is the fact that I really can't see where it hit. We're going to fire another round, find out. It could be that the CO2 is just down so low, and I don't know. Find out here. I don't think it hit the can that time. I'm sure it didn't. I'll take a look. Yes, it did. I hit the can. It moved the can. Now, I would not have known that if I didn't have the spotting scope. I mean, that does show me that good enough, that it did hit somewhere. And we're going to shoot again at that. Let's see. And it shows you it's got enough CO2 left after over a month of storage, so that's something. That definitely hit the can. I heard it. So I don't know where it hit it, but it definitely hit it. I can see right to the side of it, there's a BB stuck into the wall, so that scope's good enough that I can do that. Get my cap out of the way here. And we're going to fire another round, but I can see a BB stuck there. So it must have glanced the side of that can. So that scope's showing me good enough here that it's doing pretty doggone good. And that's on 60. So I can see where things are going. Oh, definitely hit the can that time, didn't we? So this is at 25 yards, by the way. And I can see here, looking through this spotting scope, that it hit to the left of the bullseye, which was, of course, the big Pepsi logo. So we're going to go down there, and I'll show you exactly that I'm right looking through this thing with a 60, and it's laying on its side, but I can see right where it hit. So let me get the can and I'll bring it back. I brought the can back, and this is where I seen that it hit. Now, for some reason, I did not see, I know why I didn't see this, couldn't have, because remember when the can, I had it like facing like this. Okay, when I shot and couldn't see this hole that's up here. Reason being is that's the hole that I hit when it turned the can this way. Then I was shooting at here, and I hit just on this side of the logo. And that's the one where I just now picked it up. And I told you it was just to the left of the logo, and that's what it is. It's just to the left of that logo right over here. And I was able to see that. You could see all of this too, and if I really wanted to fine tune the focus, I'm sure I could have really read this well. But yeah, it looks like, you know, the scope, you can really see good with it. And this is at 25 yards, and of course at 50 it'll be a little bit different, but I still know that I'm going to really be able to see those targets when I'm sighting in, where we had the problem. And that's why Ken got this for me, because if you remember all that stuff we had with that Marlin, that was a nightmare. It really was. And thank heavens we got that Skinner optics on her, because then we got that thing sighted in, even after some challenges with that. But that thing saved the day, and Ken is going to be shooting that, and maybe we'll report on that later, I don't know. But anyhow, this is what I want to do. Two things. I wanted to fire that gun after being stored for over a month with that CO2 in it. It was Umarex CO2, by the way. And that's how accurate that gun is, though, from 25 yards with a BB gun. And shooting after all that length of time. So, you know, it's got a lot less power to it. Should have. Maybe it don't. Because that is a very, very good penetration, as you can see. And here it is coming out the back. That's it down there. The bottom one. That's this one. And the top one is where I shot here and turned the can. So, looks like both things work. The gun, without a doubt. This scope has got a few ups and downs, as I have pointed out, especially this right here. You just want to remember, once you get it on, if you get one of these, and you're putting it right on, you get it on there, and then you tighten this down to hold it. Don't depend on holding it at that spot. Just angle it down a little bit. Once you tighten it, it'll just kind of come back up like this, right to where it wants to go. So you always got to, and I've done this several times prior to filming, so I knew this was going to happen. Anyhow, we got to see everything. We got to, and as you see, I repositioned this, because when we first started I had it over this way. I repositioned it, and I've got a block here that I can stand on and then look down in like that. Of course there's no can down there now, but anyway, that's what we've done. You've got to see both things. That's about it. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of blinking.